Alright, so here's the thing about this video. I know that I said that this video was gonna come out like as soon as the event was done. However, in combination of me working, especially like the hours that I'm working, plus the fact that I went to the movies and did 2 movie reviews, and that I came home at around 10 o'clock, um, my body was just ready to shut down. And so when I came up here to watch the show, um, I remember a couple of the matches. However, I just conked out and I just went to sleep. So I rewatched the show and have everything um, up here in the brain so that I remember. So now that I can do this show justice, um, let us talk about Worlds Collide from Las Vegas. This is the next WWE and AAA show that they have done, and I gotta say it was a pretty fun show overall. I will go out of my way right now to say that my predictions for the show were actually 4-2. I only lost my predictions in 2 matches. But we are going to go ahead and talk about it. We open up the show with the 8-man tag between La Parca, Octagon Jr., Laredo Kid, and Mascarita Sagrada, taking on the LWO, which is Cruz del Toro, Walking Wild, Lince Dorado, and Mini Abismo Negro. Like I predicted in my predictions video, this was an absolutely fun way to open up the show. Everyone just being able to do all sorts of stuff, but the one guy that I wanted to really highlight was Sagrada, because he was moving and shaking throughout that whole matchup. He was taking on Abismo Negro really well. Like, I don't understand how a person, whether they are tall or short, how they're able to just like spin around that many times on a person. I absolutely have no idea how that is possible. Everybody does their like dives to the outside. I believe it is Wild who does like the massive like launch springboard, which looks absolutely insane every time. I don't understand like how he gets that much distance every single time. But it came down to Sagrada and Abismo Negro. They were going back and forth in the ring, and Sagrada gets a roll up, and the baby faces win the match. So it was a really good way to open up the show, and definitely got the crowd lively and set the night for a good night or worse of action. We now go to the number 1 contenders match for the Reina de Reinas championship, Natalya versus Fabi Apache. This one was really good. Natty's showing that more aggressive side to her that she has shown in like outside of WWE and briefly sometimes on the WWE television. Really good back and forth action. Natty giving it all she can. Fabi Apache giving it all that she can. just really good counters with like submission maneuvers. I think at one point, Fabio Apache reversed something into like a triangle, which was absolutely incredible. The finish saw Natty and Fabi go back and forth on roll up attempts, but Natty was able to reverse a roll up into another roll up and get the 3 count. So she is now the number 1 contender for the Reina de Reinas championship, which I think I said in my prediction video. I hope that she wins it, and that puts like potentially more eyes on the women's division of AAA. Like, have a segment on Raw where Natty is, calling out competitors from AAA or anywhere, and she just basically have her do like a John Cena U.S. Open for her Reina de Reinas championship, and just like have her do showcase matches. Um, um, so yeah, that's, and plus it would also give Natty another accolade for her legendary career. But yeah, moving on to the AAA World Tag Title, excuse me, matchup between psychoclown and Pagano versus the New Day. Now, Xavier Woods was not medically cleared to compete in this matchup, and reason why is because he had, I think I saw the post on social media, I think he had lymphoma in his shoulder. So he's going into surgery, I think the post said Thursday for that. So Grayson Waller, who's been hanging around the New Day ever since his unremarkable split with Austin Theory happened, he's been hanging around with them. He is subbing in for Xavier Woods. Again, really good matchup here. I forget how unique, because I don't watch the television product. I don't have cable or Netflix, so I don't keep up with the television product. But I forget how like unique of a performer Grayson Waller is. Like, his movements are just absolutely insanity. And I also forget that, Pagano and psychoclown are also just like daredevils in their own right, because they were moving absolutely insane. In the end, though, Pagano and psychoclown were able to retain their AAA tag titles, which I think is the right decision, because they only just won the belts at Triple Mania. Moving on to the mixed tag match with Mr. Iguana and Lola Vice taking on the Judgment Days, Finn Balor and Roxanne Perez. This was a really, really fun match. Of course, it's a Mr. Iguana match. It's going to be tons of fun. Of course, we had not only human versus human contest, but we also had puppet versus puppet contest. Like I predicted, Laeska and Demonita both squared off against each other. My favorite one of their interactions is, Demonita popped his head up above the ring apron, and Balor was like, no, not now. That was earlier on in the matchup. But my favorite one was Balor and Demonita were on the outside. Mr. Iguana shoots Laeska through the ropes like a suicida, and it hits Demonita off of Balor's hand, and both of them fall to the floor. I thought that was absolutely hysterical. But it was actually Lola Vice who ended up getting the pinfall over Roxanne after she missed a Pop Rocks attempt. Raquel got up on the apron. Lola took care of her. and Lola was able to get a pin on Roxanne Perez to win the match, and that is actually the one of the two matches that I incorrectly predicted on my predictions, because I completely spaced the fact that Lola Vice will be challenging JC Jane for the women's title down in NXT in like a couple weeks at No Mercy on the 27th. So it's fair to build up her for her women's title match in a couple weeks. So, you know, I didn't see that coming. So shame on me. Moving on to the Latin American Championship match between El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr., dragonlee, Ethan Page, and JD McDonough representing the Judgment Day. All sorts of really good interactions between all four guys in this matchup. And it was like the comings and goings of everybody was really, really good, really, really smooth, in my opinion. Towards the end of the match, Ethan Page looked like he had it won. It was going to become a double champion, but he was pulled out of the ring, and Dr. Wagner Jr. capitalized, getting the pin and the win to retain his Latin American Championship. And Page, who was on the outside of the ring, did not look pleased in the slightest. So, could we see more of Ethan Page in AAA? Potentially, but we shall see going forward into the future. Which then brings us now to our main event for the Mega Championship. Vikingo defending against Dominic Mysterio. Like I thought, Vikingo coming out to just all sorts of boos from the crowd, and Dominic, the heel in this matchup, getting cheered. Just really good back and forth between these guys. Vikingo, especially, like, say what you will about, him kind of being made the face of AAA, but the way that he moves inside that ring is absolutely astounding to me, because there's just no one like him that does the stuff that he does inside of the ring and makes it look good every single time. It's absolutely amazing. But, of course, there is some chicanery at the end of the match. It looks like Vikingo has the match won, but elgrandeamericano pulls out the ref, and Vikingo has had enough. He tries to remove Americano's mask, but he slid the metal plate into the ring, which Dominic Mysterio grabs. He puts on his mask, hits, I believe, a headbutt to Vikingo, which takes him out, hits the frog splash, and Dominic Mysterio is the new AAA Mega Champion. And just to put the icing on the cake, Rey Mysterio gives his son the championship, which is absolutely beautiful stuff. And the rest of the Judgment Day come out and celebrate with Dominic to close out the show. So yeah, Worlds Collide was a really good, really fun show overall. And it kind of sets the table going forward for me with the wrestling that I am going to watch today, in fact, because I'm going to a show today, which is going to be really, really fun. But until then, guys, be safe out there, and I will catch you guys next time.